Kiryu Kazuma has faced several adversaries throughout his journey as the protagonist in Sega's Yakuza series, but his most slobberknocker brawls start out the same. Kazuma rips the lapel off both his gaudy white suit and red silk shirt in one fluid motion, revealing the ink on his back that has made him a legend within the streets of Kamurocho, a dragon. Since 1988, Kazuma has been known as the Dragon of Dogma, and his toughest Yakuza opponents have borne their own back tattoos in turn. These back pieces have ranged from a tiger, Hanya, and rival dragon bearers who boast that Kamurocho is not big enough to have more than one. This unspoken tradition persisted for 28 years in the game's universe until Kazuma's finale as the protagonist in the series' sixth installment with his opponent Takumi Someya. In similar flourish, Someya removes his shirt except his back has no tattoo. Kazuma assumes Someya has yet to have gotten his ink done until Someya corrects him, stating that he saw no point in doing so. The two begin debating their opposing ideals about the significance of tattoos for Yakuza. Both characters' arguments have merit both within the context of the game and reality. The ideas surrounding the traditional Japanese tattoos have been diluted by both popular media and their association with the criminal underground. Social media posts from foreigners have fetishized the idea of having traditional tattoos by appropriating them and their characters solely for aesthetic value. The tattoos have broadly had a stigmatization placed upon those who bear them as the fringe of society. In this contextual analysis, I will be exploring the history behind traditional Japanese tattoos and how they relate to the world of the Yakuza series. Someya's notion of being better off not having a tattoo can be attributed to its troubled history in Japan. The Japanese tattoo art, known as Horimono, has had a spiritual meaning for some people, but should not be referred to as irezumi, or tattoo, because of its association with the tattooing done to prisoners as a form of punishment during the Edo period. Irezumi became a tool used to mark criminals in the 1720s, where full-arm tattoos were used exclusively for minor offenses instead of cutting off noses and/or ears. The practice was appropriated by the Yakuza, the Japanese organized crime syndicate, as a rite of passage in the 19th century. As a result, all methods of tattooing were prohibited from the 19th century to the end of World War II, until a ban was lifted during the US occupation of Japan. But the craft had a legal gray zone where artists needed to have a medical license or find a way to work around illegally to tattoo until Japan's Supreme Court ruled that artists no longer required a medical license in 2020. Kazuma's notion weighing the reverie of the tattoos over the stigmatization it possesses for the wearer can be explained through the ideological meanings behind Horimono. Horiyoshi III, renowned tattoo artist, described his craft with the philosophy of shuhari. Shuhari means preserving traditions, breaking away from what you have learned, and transcending your masters and yourself. Horiyoshi III said the real attraction and beauty does not come from outwardly displaying Horimono publicly. Instead, having them kept underground or hidden truly conveys the beauty behind them. Not all who wear Horimono are affiliated with the Yakuza. Some are just regular citizens with enthusiasm for the art and their meaning. While normal people would have to hide their tattoos, some are able to commune together and celebrate them through pilgrimage at the Shuyukai Temple, where they have honored gods at the Oyama Afuri Shrine in the mountains for the past 140 years. Sato Takeshi, a pilgrimage leader, said the influence of films associated tattoos with Yakuza gangs, but with Horimono, you're putting into your body the gods that you believe in or what you aspire to be. Intimidating symbols depicted on these backs become less frightening when their associated meanings come into play. A tiger represents toughness and flexibility, while a Hanya represents wisdom, beauty, and their fleeting nature. The 2018 film The Outsider, starring Jared Leto, manages to give this symbolism justice, despite the eye-rolling premise of a white guy playing a major role in an Asian story, a la Tom Cruise's The Last Samurai. In the film, Leto's character, Nick Lowell, gets a back tattoo of a koi fish, like his romantic partner. They discuss the meaning of the tattoo and the story behind the koi fish. In the fable, a koi fish swam up a waterfall and arrived at the top and transformed into a dragon. They then joke about how it means he's arrogant. While he has an ascending koi, she has two ascending and descending koi on a current. The meaning behind this is that the one ascending has a hardship ahead of them, while the one descending has overcome said hardship. This tattoo comes up twice in the series. First in their launch title, Yakuza, known in the East as Ryu ga Gotako, meaning like a dragon, and in the series' latest installment, aptly titled Yakuza Like a Dragon. Kazuma fights two people who bear different stages of the fish on their back. The first confrontation occurs at the beginning of Kazuma's journey, where he fights his former sworn brother, Akira Nishikiyama, and the last serves as a baton pass to the next series protagonist, Ichiban Kasuga. These fights serve as a foil and a continuation on Kazuma's ideal for why these tattoos serve a greater meaning for the constitution of its wearer. Nishikiyama's koi fish is still swimming upstream, struggling to reach the heights of becoming a dragon, while Kasuga's is a dragon koi, still a koi, not quite a dragon. While Kazuma's dragon, symbolizing power and wisdom, is a hard thing to aspire to. As his name would suggest, Ichiban best represents Kazuma's idea of the symbolic meaning behind a Yakuza's tattoos. Kasuga explains his tattoo, stating while he can never be a legend like those that came before him, he can always aspire to become like them. As Kiryu passes the baton to Ichiban, he encourages him both within the story and in a meta sense for the direction of the series.
それがお前が本物になるための道だ。じゃあな。